Okay, Jazakumullah khair, everybody, for joining, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are so glad to see everybody here on a Tuesday night, alhamdulillah. My name is Brother Aziz Ahmed. I am on the board of directors here at ISLA, the Islamic Schools League of America. And I'm also an educator based in the Washington, D.C. area. And alhamdulillah, we are really looking forward to engaging in what is going to be a very exciting conversation for you all. Canva for educators. And we know that as educators, technology is our lives nowadays. And so, alhamdulillah, we're really excited to have our partners from Archangel leading us through this awesome session, inshallah, on how we can best maximize this great tool in the classroom, inshallah. As we begin, we want to just start off kind of talking a little bit about the work that ISLA does. So as I mentioned, ISLA stands for the Islamic Schools League of America. And alhamdulillah, we're really excited to be hosting and working with over 300 full-time Islamic schools that service over 50,000 students nationwide, ranging from kindergarten through 12th grade. And we do a lot of work in supporting our Islamic schools through our PDs, our PLCs, and yearly leadership retreat, which is inshallah coming up this November, Veterans Day weekend, inshallah. And so our hope is to connect Islamic schools to professionals, to professional development and professional learning communities to share knowledge and ideas. And alhamdulillah, we've been really excited to be doing this work for over 25 years. And so if you're not already signed up on ISLA's listserv, we would definitely encourage you to go to our website, theisla.org, and sign up on our listserv so you can get connected with educational professionals from all over the United States, but also the different opportunities and partners that we work with, such as our partners here today. And so with that, we're really excited to welcome Piera Camposeo. And she's joining us from Archangel, and she is a multilingual expert passionate about education and language with a proven track record of enhancing academic achievements for diverse student populations and fostering positive learning environments. She holds a master's degree in TESOL and a PhD in curriculum and instruction, and possessing over a decade of experience in academia across various states rather, specializing in foreign language and ESL instruction, curriculum development, and professional development design. As I mentioned, Ms. Camposeo is joining us from Archangel, which is one of our corporate sponsors here at ISLA. And we've been really actually excited to be doing work with Archangel, especially when it comes to technology tips. And so we have a playlist on our YouTube channel that Archangel has been so kind enough to produce for us on a regular basis in terms of, giving you all many different tips and tricks to use and to integrate technology, as I mentioned, which is a critical resource in this current day and age. And so without further ado, I would like to thank Ms. Piera Camposeo for joining us here today, and I will pass the floor over to her.
Hello, hi, welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to today's conversation. I will let you share your screen.
Thank you. Wonderful. Okay, so welcome everybody to Introduction to Canva. My name is Dr. Camposeo, and I'm very thrilled to be here with you today. I apologize, I'm kind of sick today. I just found out I have the fever, so if my voice is not perfect, I do apologize, and I will try to talk as slow as possible so everybody can hear me. So my introduction has been plenty exhaustive. And so what I wanted to talk to you about today, I'll start, is that our goal as teachers is to make our students the new digital citizens of this world. And so they will need to be creators, and they will need to work collaboratively in order to be successful. And if we want them to be creators, at the same time, we also need for there is also need for us to be creators as well, because we have to show, we have to model. And I believe that Canva is the best tool for that, and we'll see why. So let's start. Canva is a wonderful tool, and today we'll see what it has to offer. In the past 2 years, it has really showing up for teachers, and it also provides a lot of visual communications. It is actually a visual communication platform and has free access for school districts, teachers, and students. So if you have a teacher account, teacher login for any school, even if it's a private school, you will have to connect with your district office, and they will make sure that send an email to Canva. And once Canva verifies that this is a school, you will have access to Canva for free. And you'll be able to learn how to make any presentations, from infographic to extension educational resources in no time. So what we'll be covering today? Today, we'll be covering how to log into Canva, how to start a Canva design, how to learn to collaborate, and how to create assessments, and how to communicate with the other platforms. At the end of the training, you will be receiving a certificate of participation that may or may not be useful for you for your credits, for your certifications, or for your points of professional development. So how do we log into Canva? If you don't have an account, you can create an account. Very simple. You can go to www.canva.com, and you can use your school email and try to log in. And I am sure that you'll be able to get cleared. Use your school email. Do not use your personal email. If you use your personal email, you will be having access only to a very small portion of all the things that Canva can do for you. Once you add your email address, you click continue. And then I would suggest to put the Canva into your favorites on your Google Chrome, because you'll be using it. You'll become addicted to it. You'll be using it every day. If you instead have access, you already do have a Canva account, make sure that it's associated with the school. And once you do so, try to connect with other teachers that teach your same subject matter. And that will be very useful, because you'll be able to share materials, collaborate very easily, because the way the material is shared, it happens in seconds. And so you really can get access to any materials very easily. And even though if you need, for example, a substitute teacher because you're sick, for example, I have the fever, so tomorrow I will not go into work. So what happens is that I already know, and I will create a Canva poster for my students, and I will link it to to our Google Classroom or our Schoology, and they will have access, and they can modify the work, and I can see it from home, everything that they do live. Because if I share the work for my students, they will be having access to my work, but I can see what they are doing second by second. So how do we design in Canva? One of the first things that it is important to know is that there is a difference between Canva for Education and Canva Pro. Canva Pro is much used for businesses, and Canva for Education is really triggered for teachers and students. And so most of the designs that you will see are educational based, okay? So it's very safe for students. as I said, there is ability to do a lot of group activities, and it is COPPA and FERPA compliance. I'm so sorry, compliance approved. So you can be free to use this in your classroom with your students. You will not have any issues of anything that can be popped up that is inappropriate, that is political, that is social, that has a social emotional involvement. It is very clean. So once we see that a product is COPPA and FERPA compliance approved, then we feel very comfortable as teachers to be able to use it. And so one of the main activities that tools that you will find that you will use all the time, it is the background remover. And you will find it because it has like a crown as a symbol. And on top of your search button, you will see a background remover. It's actually shortened and it's called BG remover. So as you can see in this picture had a background. Once I click on BG remover, it removes anything that is behind it. So you can grab any pictures from internet that maybe you cannot find on Canva, or any pictures that you have taken at school, but you want to remove your past students, then you can actually highlight the part of the picture that you want to show, and you can only see what you have selected. And then the other activity that I feel that it is a must for Canva is talking presentation. I will show you how wonderful this is, and especially if you are in a pinch and you can talk just like me, you can use talking presentations for enhancing your presentation capability. And then, as I said, it has a very the tool of the LMS integration is wonderful, because not only you can connect it to Canvas, you can connect it to Microsoft Teams, you can connect it to Google for Education, and you can also connect it to Schoology. So those are the main platform where teachers put grades. So teachers can submit the work, students can submit the work to their teachers from Canva, and they can share it to any of these platforms. And so it is very easy for us teachers to be able to see the work in Canva as it goes along. And at the same time, you can see the product completed and shared in your grading platform. Now, why it is important to see when students are working? Because while you are, for example, my classes are of 46 students per class. So sometimes I have to gather a few students and I have to work with them singularly, because I have noticed that they have an issue that they want to work with. So what I do is I assign work in Canva, and on another screen, I am monitoring what they are doing to make sure that they're doing the work, they're not copying, they are engrossed with their time by doing their assignments. So this is a wonderful tool as well. So what can we do in Canva? So those are some wonderful activities that we can do. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Okay,
Yep, we can
wonderful.
hear you loud and clear.
Perfect. Okay. So those are some activities that you can do in Canva. So first, you can do education presentations, any PowerPoint, any Google Slides, any Prezi that you have created, you can upload it into your Canva and you can modify it to your liking. You can also do posters. Posters are usually very quick activities that I do with my students. For example, we can do a bell work or an exit ticket, and I ask them to do reflections about a topic, and so they can use posters. We can do group activities. Normally those are presentations. You can also, at the beginning of the school year, I decided to do a virtual classroom kit, and in this virtual classroom kit, I had everything that has the same design. So from my welcome back to school presentation, to open night, to my banners around the classroom, everything has the same theme. And also, one big assignment that I do with my students before a test, we do infographics. Those are bigger than posters, and they allow for pictures and words. And those are reflections slash summaries of what we have done in class. And once I receive this infographic, I can see what students have retained or they have not retained. And so I can do a practice test right before the test just by looking at their infographic materials. And then students, they can do the video templates. We're gonna see a small video templates today of one of my students' assignment that was ended in last week. And then there are a lot of social emotional activities. Unfortunately, in today's age, many students suffer with some emotional distress due to bullyism, due to many issues. So there are activities and presentation already done here into your Canva for Education.
I'm sorry, Doctor. We can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen?
Yep. I think it stopped sharing when you had audio issues.
Oh, okay. So, one moment, please.
No problem.
We are in Florida right now, and there is a big storm. So let's see if can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yep, we can see it now.
Okay, perfect. All right,
Thank you.
wonderful. Yes, I am so sorry. So there is many ways to get started. So let's go. We'll start with the home button, okay? Once you log in into Canva, you're going to see a down menu, and this menu, the first word that you're gonna see is home. Home is where you will look for recommendations, okay? So there is a drop-down menu here, and here you can look for information. For example, I want to prepare an open night meeting parents, or I want to have an idea regarding a presentation of a topic. Here is where I will go and write it, and I will also find here recent designs. Under projects, you're going to have stored here everything that you have created. So while at home, you're going to have suggestions, and then here you can refine your searches through templates. Under project, you're gonna find everything you have created, and under project, there are also your folders and your classes if you have created any. If you go under projects, there is a button. You can scroll down, and here you can find all the projects. You can find your projects, and then you can find also the shared projects. So those are the projects that were shared with you. And there is a big list, and I will really recommend you to organize them, because as you create your beautiful canvas, you will see that there are a lot of presentation that starts to pile up, especially your draft. So I will give you some suggestions on how to organize this work. Your classwork is where you will find what students have submitted to you via Canva. And so if you have connected an LMS, so for example, a Schoology or a Google for Education, this is where you're going to find your work, and this work is going to be also into your LMS. So let's recap. We have, as soon as you log in into Canva, you have multiple ways to search for your for any new ideas. I personally go through my home page, my X project, my templates, and any work that is being shared with me, and then there is the trash. You can also go and look here under templates. You're gonna find a lot of work. So as you can see, when you search for something, for example, open night meeting with parents, you may look for your past projects, or you're gonna look for templates. Okay, under templates, you're gonna find something that you've never seen before, that other teachers have done, and or an AI has compiled, and so you can use it and modify it. Same things with your old projects. You can choose what type of presentation you want to do. You want to do a group work, you're going to do it, you want to create a class schedule, you want to create a lesson plan, you want to create a worksheet, you want to create a Google Classroom banner. Anything that you want to create is right here. As you can see, everything that Canva allows you to see are all school related items. And so this is wonderful because students cannot be distracted with what they should not see. So as you look here, you can find the black template. And as you write and type something that you want to search for, you can also find template made by other teachers. Okay, so the search will bring up on the main page right here anything, something that has made by AI and something that has made by another teacher. So you will have to scroll through and decide what do you want to use. The most important thing is decide what type of tool you want to use. You want to use a presentation, you want to use something that you can also post on social media. For example, I'm the advisor of some clubs, and so I have my own Instagram page of the clubs. So here we create for social media, and I will show you some examples. You can also do a video. You can also do a print project, so something that can be printed on your printer. Or you can also create a website. Now, I personally find that the Canva website is very simple. And so it has only a landing page. A landing page is one page, right? And students may feel that their creativity is limited. Okay, so I do not use the website. Okay, but for that I use Google Sites. That still is a tool that I believe it's still the upper hand on Canva. Okay, so those are examples on how you customize your syllabus. You can search for syllabus, and for example, you can look at Canva templates, you can go for filters, and you can go for categories, okay? So your filters can be K to 12, elementary, middle school. It can be, your categories may be math, science, foreign language, ELA, and once you have all the templates, filters, and category picked, then you can have a better idea of what can you use. As you can see, you can use the same style of presentation for your entire unit, or you can use a different style for each unit. I personally change. Every presentation is different because students like the idea of being surprised. And honestly, since I use Canva, I have less management issues because students love to be wowed with technology. So this is an example of parent night communication. You can choose whether you want to do a communication newsletter for them. You can do a presentation. You can do a video announcement using the media button. So you have a lot of possibilities. You just have to choose which one is best for you. I personally always try to use presentations because I always have many things to add and many things to say. So until now, I have chosen presentations for communications with parents. So those are some poster examples. And we did this, I did this one for my school, the newsletters for the how to use the art card, or for example, how to choose wisely and how our decisions impact our outcomes. So for every actions, there is a consequence. So we created with students a decide model. And then also some innovations and expectations newsletters for that we did in class with our students. Those are student stickers. I did them with my ESL classes, and students had to choose an issue that they wanted to work on in the next unit of instruction, and what they felt like was something that was dear to their heart that they wanted to explore. And they presented their topic through stickers. So I gave, usually I use a timer, and I will show you how to use a timer. And through the timer, they can, they have, for example, 5 minutes. They have to decide what they wanted to investigate in the next unit of instruction where we do research. And in this research of social issues, they will also be creative. And the first thing that they have to do is create a sticker. Now, the majority of state standards have been changing, and they have changing from STEM to STEAM. And one particular aspect that is being added is art into your curriculum. So how do we create art? Many of our students are not artistic per se. They don't know how to draw. They don't know. They haven't been exposed, but they're very creative when it comes to technology. They seem to know more than us what to use and how to be successful with it. So those are ways for them to be creative. Let's look at the navigation in Canva. So let's summarize what we have looked for. So we have the main navigation tool. We have all the possible options that you can use. You can use whiteboards where you can type with your students live. You can use your presentation, social media, videos. Okay, we already went through this. Then you have your templates, elements to the left-hand side, templates, I'll search for new things, elements, which we're gonna see now, how to upload anything, how to write using text. Here we're gonna find your projects, photos, videos, audios, and apps. Here underneath backgrounds, you're gonna find the apps. So those are your menus. Another important menu is how to crop, flip, and how to annotate, write some notes, how to position the information, and how to lock it. If you want to share your work with somebody, you can also lock it so that that person will not modify it. And here you can, it shows how you can export your work. You go to share, and then you can copy a link. If your presentation is long and you feel that your presentation will not be able to be uploaded into your email, you can copy the link. However, I caution you to use copy the link because when you copy the link and then you modify the presentation, that link is live. Therefore, any modification to that PowerPoint, the person that you share the link with will have access to. So what I personally do is I create a copy of the presentation that I want to send. And then I create a link and I share the link. Or I will download the presentation as a PDF or PowerPoint and I will send it. However, as I said, sometimes those presentations are very, very long and it takes a long time to upload them. And this is how you can download. Another way to share, as I said before, is to share as an assignment, to share in Google Classroom, Microsoft, or to share in Canvas or Schoology. As you can see here, there are other options. Here is the element navigation. It is exactly like a document Word. As you have your Canva open and you want to create in here, you will see that there are different options. This is the duplicate option. This is the delete option. So let's pretend that I posted a picture here. I can delete it. Here in more, you can find all of these informations right here. I'm sorry? You can crop the information. You can resize the information. So crop and resize are very different. Crop will cut the picture, while resize will make it smaller. You can also rotate the picture, and you can also move it within your page. So those are the elements as we talked before. As you have chosen your Canva, let's pretend I chose a whiteboard, right? This is a plain whiteboard. I will go under templates. I will go into my elements. I love elements because elements can allow you to add basically everything. You can add pictures, you can add graphics, you can add videos, you can add audios, you can add any moving elements, so any pictures that move, or simple anything that will make your presentation enhanced. Like for example, this Canva logo over here, I found it in Elements. And so as you can see, I can use this button to move the wording. I can use this to comment. So if, for example, there are spelling mistakes or anything, I can ask my students to, I can click here on the comment, and I can ask them to be more specific, more precise. Please watch your spelling. Here I can write anything. This homework is late, okay? I can change also the size by cropping or resizing. Once I click on the wording, if I click on the wording, this menu pops up. And this menu is pretty simple. You can choose your font. You can choose the size. You can choose the color. You can choose whether you want it in bold or cursive. You can choose the alignment. If you want your in bullet point or numbers, and here you can choose how spaced out you want the wording from one line to another. And here you have the effects, which we're going to see soon. Okay, you can ungroup your wording to make sure that you have some words here, some words here, some words here, or you can group your wording so that they're all in the same area of your Canva. You can choose to copy and paste the font, and you can position your wording anywhere you want into the Canva. This is the link to share your Canva. This is to lock your Canva, and this is to copy it. If I decide to copy this Canva, and automatically another page will create, okay? Now, this is under text. I can come here, click on text from my drop-down menu, and I can choose a add heading, which is the biggest one. As you can see, add a sub-heading, which is this one, or add a title as a text body, and this is the one. You can also scroll down. As you can see, my recently used ones, I use all of these styles in my classes to have some type of, to gather students' attention, right? So this is how you add music to your objects. Under your elements, you're going to search for music. And once you search for music, you can either look for short bits of music, or you can go to your app button. You can search for music, and here you can find a much longer list of options. You can select a country, you can select a style. As you can see here, I have R&B, house, jazz, acoustic, upbeat music. I normally use upbeat music before I start class when students are walking in, and I put the agenda of the day, and then I have some upbeat music to gather some, get some energy before the class starts. Once you have selected what type of music you like, you simply click on it and drag it. And then, as you decide to drag it, you decide how long you want this to go. So you simply drag this line where the music is, and you continue to go on until you want to. And the music will repeat, okay? If the beat is only 1 minute long and you want the music to go for about 2 to 3 minutes, it will repeat in circles. So again, you can adjust the music. And now you can see I am a Canva Pro because I do a lot of with Canva. So those are Canva Pro, but you're going to find a lot of materials that are for education into your audio, okay? You will be very surprised. I found music that I did not expect, and every month they add something new. So unfortunately, it's time consuming to go and look for it. But once you have chosen the music that you see your students like, and also what you like, what makes you happy to listen before class starts, then you can choose, and then you can make your favorite one, right? You can also upload your own music, just like you will upload anything that you want to add to your presentation. You will go to upload, which is this button over here, and then you go here and you upload music, pictures, videos, anything. And then once it's uploaded, you simply take it and drag it into your presentation. Now, same thing happens with videos. I had a classroom announcement where I asked my students to sign a contract with their parents. Okay, for me, it was very important that parents know what are the rules in my classrooms. So what I did was I created an announcement, and from here, there was my video. What I did was I went into my drop-down menu. And once I was into my drop-down menu, I went to uploads. I choose a video and I upload it. Or you can also record yourself. Okay. So you can go to uploads, you can upload file. Underneath, you have an option to record yourself. Okay. Now, those videos can be extremely long. As you can see, I have videos of 2 minutes, 17 minutes, 1 minute and 22, 17 minutes, 56 seconds. So it can be of any length. I had to go to a professional development to present, and I couldn't be into my classes. So what I did was I added this video that I embedded into my lesson. Students had to watch the video and respond to the questions right after. They can pause the video and they can answer the questions, okay? So it is very useful because you can find anything with it. You won't have any issues of space, of memory, of timing. The only problem is if your internet goes down. That is the problem. Because while Google allows you to work offline, Canva does not allow you to work offline. So this is an important distinction to make. Any questions so far? Perfect. So, and how can you, once you finish your work, for example, when you finish your work, for example, your classroom announcement, you decide whether you want to send a link or you want to download it. Please, once you create a video or you use pictures that have animations with it, or projects that have animations. For example, you chose an element that has there is a moving element just like this Canva here. So what I do is I download it as an MP4. If you download it as a PDF, it will not show. How do we download? Simple. This is how you do it. You go here on the right hand side. So you create here to the left hand side, you download here to the right hand side. Okay, so you go to share. You can share a design with a person or a team of your students. You can add a person, you can download it. Once you decide to download it, you have different options. You can download it as a picture. You can download it as another picture, different format, which I highly recommend instead of doing a JPEG. You can download as a PDF standard. However, if one day you may want to print this, if you download it as a PDF standard, it will not look as good in paper as the PDF print, okay? And then the other two that you need to remember is the MP4 video, if you have created a video, or if you have music into your presentation, or GIF. GIF is any animation just like this one that you can see. If you have a poster that has some type of animation, you can use MP4 or you can use GIF. And as I said before, you instead can use a link if your presentation is too big, and you can send it to any of your MLS of choice that your school uses. Now, how to create folders. So it is very simple. You start by creating a class. You click on groups and classes, and then you type a name. Unfortunately, that is time consuming because you have to type the name of every single student unless your school imports the name of the students into your Canva. Okay, so what I did was, after I created my classes, as you will see, I had the IT import all the students roster into my Canva. So that was extremely easy, and it took 2 minutes. Instead, it will be time consuming to click the name of, type the name of each student you want to share the work with. You can also use QR codes, and that is, we're gonna look at that later as a possibility for you to share any material. You can use QR codes, okay? Once you create a folder, you name the folder and share it with your students. And then the most important thing is that you have to determine the level of access of your students. That's why I say it is important to lock your presentation, because your students can modify it if they want to. You can choose for students to just see it, edit, okay, or being your co-worker for it. I personally lock and share it as they cannot edit, just as view, just to avoid any possible issues, just because it takes time. So this is my page. As you can see, this is my project. As you can see, I'm under projects. And it's very easy because you can add new. So once you are on your main page, you can click on all. You can click on folders. You can look on designs. You can look on templates, images, or video. I want to go into folders to see what do I have here. So I took these pictures at the beginning of the school year, okay? And as you can see, they're blank because they were just created. And what I do is I create my own folders. And then on top of here, I have what I really like. Those are the folders that I share with my students. And here are my work. Anything that I upload, I put it here. Then I have my journal, any comments, any presentation that I found that are important that I may want to use in the future, but I don't have time now to look it over. It's very easy when you're working with Canva, it's very easy to get distracted. So this is where I put my work. Then there is a planner where I have my units stacked. Master copies are my finals. my final copy, and then I have the temporary. The temporary are the in the folders, or the things that I believe that are not completed yet, that once I'm creating them, I'm not done. I want to add something new. So I highly recommend you to create these ones to keep some order and sanity as the school year continues to evolve. Now, how do you publish? So first of all, my students share with me their work, and here there is the comment button, as I showed you before. I use it all the time because it allows me to communicate with the students. They don't have to share any work with me back and forth. They share it once, and I put my comment in it, and they know they receive an announcement that says that your teacher has made some adjustments, has some comments, so they can go back and complete it. It's very easy. You just have to type a comment with @ and then mention the name of your students, your team teacher, and then that person will have automatically access to your comments. You can also add stickers. When I see that students have worked very hard on a project, but it still is not perfect, but I see that they put a lot of work into it. What I do is I give some stickers as comments. I add some stickers, and they really like that. Once you click for more, you can have options to also share to the social media, as I said before. Okay, I normally use only Instagram, because that Instagram is connected to my advisor work, and that is where my students are connected to it. They can see everything in social media. But make sure that you go and look for more every time you want to go and share, because you may be interested. You maybe want to share something on LinkedIn. You maybe want to share something on Pinterest that you feel like can be interesting for other teachers and help out. And then again, on this hand button, drop down button, you can also, as all the options here to share and present, you can also find templates over here. And again, there are so many ways for you to start finding how to add, how to search for a template. It is very, very easy. So as you can see, when you add anyone and share the work with anyone, you can have the opportunity, this person can have the opportunity to view the work, edit the work, or comment the work. What I do is, if it is my presentation, students can only view. If it is a project, they will be allowed to edit and comment, because sometimes they have questions. Some of my students are not native speakers, so they don't know. So what I do is I allow them to add comments to the presentation. So how do we learn more? This is one of my favorite Canva slides. In here, you're going to find all your keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so for example, I am at my desk and I want to project something on the board, and I don't have my my mouse is on the other side, or I just want to go faster. So there are many moving elements that you can use. You can use arrows, you can use parentheses, you can select or deselect items with ask. So I will take a picture of this slide, or I will save this slide, because this is very, very useful. As you become very proficient with Canva, how to use these shortcuts, this keyboard acts, in order for you to be faster. For example, if I want to add a text box, I will have to go to the menu, go to the drop down, text box. Instead, I can actually type the T key and the text box will automatically appear. I can duplicate any elements. It is extremely, extremely helpful. Another one that I love, this is my favorite one, is the magic shortcuts. Here, you can use this when you are presenting with your students. So for example, if I want to tell my students that they have about 9 minutes to complete a task, I will, on the presentation, I will click on a number 1 to 9, and the timer will come up and will start working. Another magic shortcut that I love is the blur one. If I am teaching something and I want to pause and I don't want students to see what is on the board to get distracted, I can blur the slide with a B, and automatically students will only see some blurring, but they will not see what is on the slide. If I want to catch their attention and I wanted to say, the homework for tomorrow is, and they, or the students who did the best on the test are, I can click a D for drum roll, and the drum roll will open up and students will automatically be drawn to pay attention to it. And it's wonderful because it not only has the picture, but also has the sound. And you can click on it to show the drum roll, and then you can click on the D again to take it out. Another one that is wonderful is confetti. And every time we want to celebrate that we are done with the lesson, or we're done with the week, or something really cool, as tomorrow is vacation, or whatever you want to celebrate, somebody's birthday in class, you use the confetti, chi for confetti, okay? And if I see that the classroom is getting too antsy, they're very, very noisy, we're doing a game and there's too much noise, I can click on Q for quiet, and they automatically quiet down. Or I can add some bubbles too. It is very fun because during vacations, Canva adds new magic shortcuts. So during Halloween time, they also add, for example, they will be adding some Halloween stickers for the magic shortcuts. So I feel that this is another option that you guys can choose. Another important, I would say, really important way that you can control your class is to control your presentation with your phone. Now, if you have a very big class like me, 46 students, you cannot afford to stay next to your desk or next to your board. You have to move while you're teaching. So what you can do is on the, I don't know if you can see my cursor here, but when you are presenting, you have 3 dots, okay? And on the 3 dots, if you click on the 3 dots, you will see that by clicking on share remote control, share remote control, you will give access to all of these magic shortcuts that we just saw, okay? By the way, you can also use a mic drop or a spider or a ghost. Those are for Halloween, you see? So how do you do that? So first of all, you go to share. Okay, so once you go into share, you'll go into your presentation mode, and then you will go to these beautiful 3 dots. And once you go to these 3 dots, you can go to share remote control. Once you share this remote control, you click on it, this page pops up. and you will see a QR code, and you can take a picture with your phone to the QR code, or you can copy the link, okay? Once you copy the link onto your phone, automatically the magic shortcuts will start populating. And this is how your phone looks like. You will have access to next and backwards to your presentation, and you will have all of these magic shortcuts that you can use, that you have access on your computer. It's very easy to use, and this will save you a lot because once you go in presenter mode, you share the remote control and you will see this page. You can take a picture and then you get access. You are connected. Once you see the green dot that you are connected, then automatically you'll be able to control your presentation with your phone. Now, I really wanted to show you assignments in Canva, but at the same time, I also want to show you some of presentations that I did. So I don't know if we have time for it, but this is a presentation that I did, and I was double booked, and I was asked to do it anyway, but I was at school as I was teaching. So what I did was the night before, I recorded my voice, okay? And here we go. So if you...
Dr. Piera, we couldn't hear that.
Oh, you couldn't hear that? Oh, okay. So maybe because it is a pre-recorded presentation. So what happens is that if you cannot be live, you can still record yourself. You just have to click here on duration, and you can decide how long your voice recording is going to be. As you can see, I can make it bigger, shorter, okay? The only thing that you need to do is you can record yourself, and then you can upload it over here, and you will drag it, and then you size it. Another thing that I wanted to show you is one of the projects that my level 1 foreign language students have done last week. Now, I took some of the personal information, but if these students had no idea how to use Canva, and they were brand new to foreign language. And so this presentation, I think it is perfect because they were able to creatively introduce themselves, write some information about themselves, describe themselves, tell about their family, describe what they like, what they don't like, how are they, what are their most important traits. Of course, these are like pictures that don't belong to them. And they were able then, after this was, they looked at all my comments for spelling. They were able to add their recording of their voices exactly as I did. Now I copied this one so that I could show you, but these underneath here, they had a voice recording, and they could express themselves. And in this way, not only I can grade them on their spelling, their understanding of the vocabulary, but also on their speaking, which is extremely important. And I see that for many of your students that may have to learn Arabic, or they don't have a perfect pronunciation, this tool can be extremely helpful for you to use, because this project can be done in 3 days. They can complete the PowerPoint, they can share it with you, they can you can give your comments, and then once you accept it, they can record themselves, and then finally they can see your comments about your speaking, and you have 3 days of feedback that you can give them. Sometimes the speaking cannot be done in class, has to be done at home just because of the noise level. So just to be aware that this work has to be done at home, but the rest can be done in class, especially because I can see if they have read or not my comments. And this, another example that I want to show you. I don't know if we have enough time, but I have so many other slides. But this is a game that I just did with my students. I create this one. So we play with vocabulary. It is called Snake a Ladder. And here I put the rules, and the vocabulary is be given to the next slide, and they have to practice it. So those are other options. This is another presentation that I did for one of my clubs. It's very easy to do. You just go here and you choose your design. You just choose to, we were assigned to do for Homecoming Queen. We were suggested to do Argentina. So we prepared for Argentina. We did this presentation. Those are the pictures of us. This is a QR code to scan to get some more information. And those are the information. So I would love to do a second session where we talk about the Canva apps, because are extremely helpful, and you can modify pictures, you can modify, you can add QR codes, you can add graphics, you can have students create graphics. So those are extremely wonderful options for students to use and create. So thank you very much. I don't know if we have some extra time for me to show other slides. I would love to, but I don't know if we can.
No, thank you so much, Dr. Piera. I know I speak on everyone's behalf when I say that that was really helpful and very informative in terms of how Canva can really enhance the learning experience for our students, and overall just make it a lot more of an engaging experience. And so I definitely agree. I think it would be helpful to have a second session, because I'm sure there's a lot that you know to cover, and that I'm sure you would love to get into. And so definitely we can work on scheduling that. There was one quick question in the chat, because I know we are a little bit over time, but I think it would just be helpful to answer this, if you wouldn't mind, Dr. Piera. And the question is, can you please explain the difference between the educational account and the regular account? And will the educational account be able to use the pro templates? So you're on mute, Dr. Piera.
So the first question is what is the difference between a personal account and educational account?
Yes, exactly. The difference between the educational, and the regular account. And if you're on the educational account, do you have access to the pro templates?
Okay, so the pro templates are let me use this term. The pro templates are very extra. So there is a lot to be done, and usually companies use that. Okay, whatever I create with my students and teachers Canva for education. Now I have Pro because I also do professional development, and sometimes I'm looking for pictures for college, for companies. So those pictures I cannot find in Canva for education. However, as a teacher, I'm perfectly content with Canva for education, especially because it's a free tool, and who does not like free things, right? And the second part of the question was the private account is very basic. And so you will not have all the templates. You will not see all those beautiful templates that you have if you go on Canva and you start searching for math equations, or you will not find it. So I will suggest to create, like I do. I have 3 accounts, okay? I have a personal account where I do things for myself. Then I have a teacher account where I do for free, again, things for my students in my school. And then I have a pro account that I use for Archangel, which is a company. So I believe that as a teacher starting to get my feet wet with Canva, I suggest to start with Canva for education, and to be on the safe side, create also a personal account, just in case you are at home and you cannot log in with your school email. Then you can create something with your personal account.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Piera. And then we'll take this last question. This one just asked if you could quickly explain how we can manage our presentation from our phone. So going back to how you can control your presentation that you have up on your screen directly from your phone, if possible.
Okay. Yes. So as you can see here, can you see my screen? See?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So if I go to presentation, okay, so if I go to presentation over here, if I decide to present, I click on sharing, and then I go for present. When I go for present, these 3 dots will pop up, okay? These 3 dots will pop up. And once they pop up, you have all of these options. You can show a timer, you can go in autoplay, you can hide this cursor, the one that I'm using right now, or you can hide your live edits. I normally don't do that because if I need to review. But what I do is here, as you can see, you have share remote control. So I go and present, I go in these little 3 dots that are at the bottom here, at the bottom right. Now I am sharing, so it doesn't really show those 3 dots, but they're over here, okay? So you share the remote control, and once you share the remote control, you have 2 options. You can scan the QR code, or you can copy the link. Now, you will know that this is an option that can be done because you will see a green light that says available, okay? Once you take a picture or copy the link, automatically you use your phone, right, to copy the link. You take a picture with your QR code, and then you come here, and automatically your phone will say connected, okay? And once it is connected, all of these tools will start to populate on your phone. This line over here will allow me to go back or forward into my presentation. And then here you have your magic shortcuts, okay? If by any chance you're having hard times with presenting, you have my email. So let me go maybe in the next session, we can do assignments in Canva and how we can use all of these tools to add them in your classroom. But as you can see, those are some examples. Those are all the apps that I wanted to teach in the next training. But if you need my help, this is my email. Please don't hesitate to contact me. If you have any questions whatsoever about how to do something that I taught today that you still have questions on. It will take me about 2-3 business days to reply, but I will be very, very happy to help you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Piera, for your time. We're really grateful to have your expertise here with us today. And, you know, definitely wishing you a speedy recovery.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for blazing through that. We really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much, everyone, for engaging and joining us on this evening. I know it's getting a little late for us on the East Coast, so we absolutely appreciate everyone joining here today, inshallah. And, you know, definitely, as mentioned, Dr. Piera, hopefully we look to schedule a follow-up session, seeing the feedback from this PD in the near future, inshallah. And so with that, I definitely encourage everyone to, again, keep in touch with ISLA and the work that we do. And so I just posted our website again in the chat, theisla.org. We have a lot of different PDs and professional learning communities that are ongoing throughout the year. And so we definitely would love and invite you guys to join us to be a part of that, inshallah. So with that, we will go ahead and close off for the night. Thank you guys so much, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
One question, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you.